Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently Tuesday, May 18th, 2010, and this is Day 9 Daily number 119. Oh my goodness, I'm in quite a good mood today. Of course, any day in which I have a delicious cup of coffee here to pump me up is going to be a good day. But I had a weird thing happen to me a little while ago. Actually, it was yesterday. I went by the Starbucks by my house, and I met an angry free spirit. It's one of these girls who just has like braids in her hair and has like a million hemp bracelets, and she's just like this free spirit, but she's an angry free spirit because she's just struck up a conversation with me. And she just says, "Man, I just wake up every day and I just feel great about life. I'm so happy. I feel so wonderful that I just dance. I just dance every morning." I go, "Oh, really? How do you dance?" And she goes, "However the fuck I want." And just glares at me and then just puts her earphones in and turns around and ignores me. So I'm like totally miffed. I'm in the line. But, never want to retaliate against the other person. There's no use in that. So I just took it out on the lady at the cash desk. What do you have? It's like, "Oh, caramel macchiato, please." Who's that for? Sean. How's that spelled? SCHAUGHWN-E. And you gotta put that pause there on the last E because she's writing it on my coffee thing, and she gets to the N and takes her pen off, and I'm like, E, and she has to like go and put it back in. And the barista who made it sounded like she was reading my name in slow motion. She's just like, "Coffee for Sean." So I'm just like, "Oh yes, Sean, thank you." I look at the lady next to me. I'm like, equal opportunity employers. So that was pretty good. That was a delicious, fantastic little meal there. And again, I got coffee at the end, so it just put me in the rightest of moods. In other news, some of you probably know this, that I work with this group from UCLA. They're making educational math games. And for the summer, I'm the one managing the team until the fall semester starts, when I have to focus on my thesis. But we just don't have enough programmers. We need more programmers. So there's a whole bunch of people who are interested, but they are also more interested in other internships, and I just really want them on the team because I really want to do a good job for the UCLA group. So I'm just praying for their failure. I'm like, please God, don't give this guy an internship so he has to work with me. And guess what? That's totally what happened. So now I have two coders under my belt, so it's going to definitely streamline the little process of everything else. Coming back to the good old video type related stuff. Whoa, my chair just decided to lower me. That's fine. I'll cast from eye level now. But I want you to know that I have a channel on YouTube. Oh, it only took me 8 months, but it's youtube.com/day9tv, DAY9TV. You're noticing, because I'm not stupid anymore, was that once in the past when I created my name as Strider Doom for the channel, but now it's ustream.tv/channel/day9tv, youtube.com/day9tv. You can get my archives at day9tv.blip.tv. I'm thinking, man, it's consistency across all levels. And of course, the last bit of shameless plugging I must do is, for any of you who did not know, the infamous, wonderful, lovely fellow named Diggity, who has done over 1,000 commentaries for Starcraft. He is hosting an MSL party in San Diego. So that's on teamliquid.net. I'm totally going. That's going to be Flash against either Jaedong or Calm. So obviously, I'm going to be going to that. So definitely, you guys should come, and it should be a good time. So today we're going to be watching some games of this guy named, actually one game of a fellow named Teletha, or Teletha, something like that. He's an incredibly strong Asian player, one of the top rankers on the ladder. And apparently, theoretically, supposedly, this is one of the awesomest games that's been played in the most recent patch. So I got this one loaded up right now. We're just going to pop on over. And, I do a lot of analysis here on the Day 9 Daily. But I wanted the emphasis of this just to be a little bit more on the entertainment side. Just more on the, wow, isn't this player absolutely amazing? So here we do have Sue, the Zerg opponent, challenging Teletha. Teletha? I'm going to call him Teletha. So doing perhaps a less than optimal split. But here he is spawning at the right. Now, Metalopolis, already I'm feeling impressed. Notice I don't actually know how long the replay is. I intentionally looked away and covered my eyes. I'm already impressed that this is supposedly a phenomenal, amazing, miraculously good game because it's on Metalopolis, and Zerg has this super easy opportunity to expand here. And where does he expand next? Well, to this location that's pointed away from his opponent, and this location still pointed somewhat away from the opponent. And Zerg just pretty much needs to control this ground space, or if you look at the mini-map, it's this little area, the top left part of that road. So Zerg's generally in fantastic shape when it comes to those later stages of the game. I know that in many tournaments, Zergs are choosing pretty much either Scrap Station or Metalopolis when they have that loser picks advantage. So, oh my god, a 9 pool. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? After I spent all this time being like, oh, he gets to be passive, he gets to expand, he takes the whole map. He just like 9 pools. And this is one thing that I think is very characteristic of the Asian servers. Players, I actually was talking to Artosis on the phone the other day, and, he calls everyone on Asia. He's like, everyone on Asia is so cheesy. I have no clue how to play this game. They're awful. You know, it's just, God, he's just so funny. It cracks me up. So he and really the way I would put it more is that the players on the Asia server are like 9 times more aggressive than anyone else on any other server. So, for instance, if Su didn't early expand, I wouldn't be surprised if he did early expand, got 2 queens fast, and just went Ling Roach and constantly attacked and pressured for like 10 minutes and made no drones. Maybe he had like 5 at his expo or something like that. But seriously, they love ramping up the aggression and never giving up. So, completely not surprised at all to see some sort of 9 pool technique. Oh, wow, a double gas. Oh, he's doing the extractor trick. I was like, whoa, a 9 pool into 2 gas. This sounds like one of those strategies that, you know, some of the fine fellows who come by my house who I given some beta keys to. Like, do you think it's a good idea to double gas on 10? Because then you get a lot of gas. And I like watch the replay and they have just like 3 or 4 guys mining and then like 3 in each gas. And I'm like, yeah, you'll get a lot of gas that way. Hang in there, man. Oh, I love teasing them. It's so fun. But anyways, Teletha doing pretty much standard as can be with Terran. Just getting his gas up early, and then this barracks is going to finish. He's going to get his orbital command on 15. Or he's not. Perhaps he's going to make an SCV. Perhaps he's going to cancel it. That's also a popular technique to build the SCV and then go, oh yeah, orbital commands, and then rebuild it. Wow, I'm real curious what Teletha's doing. Teletha, Tooth. But here's the 9 pool coming, so he is going to have to make some Marines, and he's just going to happily wall off. So this is already something that I think is a touch weird about this 9 pool technique, that you could early pressure your opponent, but 99% of the time your Terran will have already walled off. I mean, for this Terran, I'm actually quite shocked that he hasn't already thrown down another supply depot here. I suppose this timing on the orbital command is, you know, at least a little bit cute, because he's at 18 to 19 food. He doesn't need to build a supply depot right away, because if he's making the orbital command, he's not producing anything that requires food, so he can end up getting this factory before he ends up building the supply depot. But I'm very curious about more successful timings with that orbital command. Either way, Ling's coming up, already some excitement going on. And despite the fact that this is pretty much going to be some failed pressure, right? Su just has to pop up, back off. Oh my god, is he going to get that SCV? Nope, completely failed attack. He does have the added bonus of being able to get this queen hyper early and then send her to the corner and not do anything with her. Okay, no, he's bringing it back. He can get this queen hyper early with a 9 pool and can begin vomiting larva, do all that good jazz, and get an extremely strong drone count early on. The problem is that I can understand people going, oh yeah, if you get this queen really early, by getting this pool really early, you can get larva and get drones really early. But keep in mind, anytime you are opting to get a spawning pool earlier and earlier, the earliness of the spawning pool is cutting into your economy. So in a sense, the queen is catching back up before she starts swinging you forwards. That's one thing to note. It's not always early pool is unanimously better. But I mean, other than that, note how this 9 pool, note how my computer is lagging like crazy, and now that it seems to be stabilizing, yes, fantastic. Thank you, Flash Media Live Encoder, for not crashing. I always appreciate it when my technology behaves the way it says on the box. But everything else that Terran's doing, or excuse me, that Zerg's doing is normal, right? This is pretty normal, getting the second queen out, and given the timing, if you like build a second queen right when your first queen finishes, their larva, or excuse me, their energy lines up, so you can begin vomiting at the same time. For both, which is just very useful for organization. And Teletha, acting like me, lifting and landing a million times before he can actually get the angles right. I swear to God, I think I have the worst building placement in the universe. Things just look a little bit funky. Like, for instance, if Protoss builds a gateway here, like if I'm Protoss and I build a gateway here, the warping thing is like up here, so when I try to build another building next to it, all my buildings are like slanted and it looks goofy. It's not very good, especially considering my mom's into like decorating an organization. She just sort of frowns upon me when she sees my building placement in my main. By the way, my mom's pretty awesome, so she knows about Starcraft. She's kind of pretty much a cool mom. So there is the spine crawler going down, making a lot of drones. Interesting decision to get the layer before the zergling speed. Many zerg players, I don't want to say almost all zerg players, but a lot of zerg players favor getting the zergling speed up. It allows you to deal with Hellion harass. You can deal with funky early pushes. In these positions, I think it's completely reasonable to have skipped the zergling speed because your cross map, if you have zerglings here and you see the push coming, you have plenty of time to throw down extra spine crawlers and to even make some emergency zerglings. So we do see the Hydralisk Den coming up. Very typical for this map. On other maps like Lost Temple, where you might have a ridge on your natural, no big deal. You have to get your Spire or something, or maybe get an Infestor, so that way you can Neuroparasite Thor drops. But on this map, happily nice and wide and open. And again, one of the many reasons why Zerg players choose this map whenever they're down one in a series, in a tournament. See, look, there's no cliffs. It's just pure land. And this is pretty much the only ridge that's really noteworthy for your base, so, I mean, that's pretty easy to defend. And the Roachhorn going down. Ooh, that's an interesting choice. Expanding to the center. Oh, an interesting technique employed regularly by Sam, a.k.a. Rodrigo.